If your Shopify store is bleeding cash and not getting sales, you don't need another ad hack, you need an X-ray. I'm Mike Eyo. I scaled our fragrance brand to over 1.2 million online with Shopify, and I've helped over 9,000 Shopify store owners scale up to 6 and even 7 figures. After I left agency life, I started coaching Shopify owners who kept booking calls with the exact same lines.
Mike, we tried ads, TikTok posts, discounts.
Why won't the store move? Or they'd hit me with the, Mike, I know the problem, just fix my blank, because they already WebMD'd their store. They swapped the theme, added an app, started running influencer campaigns. Sometimes it'd win, often it would flop because they were chasing symptoms they self-diagnosed instead of the root problem. I realized every stalled store was bleeding one of 4 predictable valves. So I built a 5-minute X-ray, ecom profit audit, to spot those leaks before touching anything else. The audit, that shows what's wrong. My RevX formula shows how to fix it. Profit optimizers, growth ads, refinement systems. So you audit first, RevX next. That's the CT scan before surgery. You can grab the RevX Formula Masterclass in the description below. Tonight, I'm handing you the diagnostic. You run the audit, label the leak, plug the valve, whether it's fashion, print on demand, supplements, it doesn't matter. The wins stack because the diagnosis is precise. So grab a notepad, because in the next few minutes, I'm gonna help you X-ray your store valve by valve, and you'll know exactly why your sales are stuck and what to focus on first. You ready? Profit valve number 1 is attraction, and is at the very top of your sales funnel. If you mess this up, nothing else matters. Out of the hundreds of store owners that I talk to, this is one of the biggest and most common problems. You're either trying to attract the wrong people or you're repelling the right people. And there's a concept they call the reverse magnet effect. So think about how magnets work. If the right sides are facing each other, there's an invisible pull dragging them closer together. But what happens when the wrong sides are facing each other? They repel, right? You can do it, but it takes a lot more effort. This is why endlessly promoting on social media to your same followers feels like such a pointless drain. Let's say that you're promoting on your social media feed, your posts are being ignored, and the people that are clicking are only clicking because they see some insane special offer, but that still doesn't mean that they're ready to buy because they were never good targets in the first place. These people may not be in your target market, and now you have to do crazy deals and nail everything else just to create enough interest to drive purchase. Instead, we want to be making sure we're getting in front of our actual potential customers so magnetic attraction works naturally. Stop mindlessly spamming your followers with promotions and start posting in groups and communities where your customers are already hanging out. Start using trending hashtags that they use in their posts. Start using paid ads to get in front of the right people faster and easier. So that covers getting in front of the right people. But the other half of attraction is what they see when they arrive. Are they getting drawn in deeper, or does our store push them away? Whether it's the messaging or the imagery or how difficult it is to navigate your store when they arrive, whatever attracted them to in the first place is not what they experienced when they arrived, and because of that, they're being pushed back. And that's why it's so important to follow the 5-second rule. You're pissing your customers off and having them leave your store right away if you're not answering these 3 questions within the first 5 seconds of them landing on your page. You have 5 seconds to communicate 3 things. 1, what do you sell? 2, is that person in the right place? 3, what should that person do next? What do you sell? I can see what you sell in my navigation. I can see what you sell in your featured image on your store, or if I can see an image that represents what I was looking for when I clicked over, like do I see a visual indication that matches what I came here for without scrolling or doing anything else? Number 2, again, are you in the right place? It goes back down to, again, imagery, messaging, just the vibe. Does it feel like you're in the right place? Does it match what you were expecting when you landed? Do you feel like the store is trustworthy? Does it look kind of fake and spammy and dropshipper-ish? Does it look like, your homegirl store with crazy colors and not legitimate looking? It's a feel, it's a vibe. Do you feel like you're in the right place when you come to a store? If the vibe is off, they're gonna bounce. What should you do next? Listen, you have to treat people like little kindergartners. You have to tell them what they should do right away, or show them something that they're gonna be interested in and take action on right away. Do they see something in your store navigation, AKA your store aisles, that pops out to them and they wanna click and tap? Do they see a primary call to action when they arrive on your homepage, directing them to a specific collection or a specific product. They land on a product page, they see an add to cart or a next action button right there before they have to scroll or do anything else. Like, how long does it take you to tell someone to do what they need to do next? How clear are the next steps? The more clear it is, the higher the percentage of people are going to take that action. But if you nail the 5-second rule, well, now we have a visitor that's moving through our sales funnel down to the next step, and that's where the magic starts to happen. Profit valve number 2, persuasion. Let's talk about it. This is how well your site builds desire to own and convinces people to buy. One of my students, Rhonda, had a really popular Instagram account, and she was living the dream with posts going viral all the time. Unfortunately, the clicks and engagement were not translating into sales for her print-on-demand store. If you were on the outside looking in, watching her posts, go nuclear like that, you would assume that she was making a ton of money from it and she was doing well. And I mean, look, making $10,000 a month is, that's doing very well by e-commerce standards for most beginners, but it was a fraction of what she could be doing because she was not converting that energy, excitement, and just clicks into leads and customers at a high level. It was leaving a tremendous amount of money on the table every time one of her posts went nuclear. I mean, that's what she said when she pulled up. And then, after doing a profit audit, like, what I talk about here, I was able to identify breakdowns all throughout her sales funnel, but especially in the persuasion area, because she was just kind of listing the products, throwing a picture up, putting the generic product details from the manufacturer versus selling the products or selling the excitement or putting the same spirit and energy that went into her social media posts into her product pages, into her banners, and into the messaging on her store. And if you're getting the right eyeballs to your store, but they still aren't buying, you're probably dealing with the same 3 breakdowns as she was. Number 1, your sales messaging. Rhonda's print-on-demand store messaging was not building desire or creating excitement. It was just listing generic product features that were getting ignored. So when you look at your store, ask yourself this. Are you selling candy or aspirin? Because people only buy for 2 reasons. They either see something that gives them a dopamine or sugar rush that triggers an impulsive desire, or they got a pain that they want to go away and they see a solution that can take that pain away. Are you selling the transformation or just listing features? Because people don't buy aspirin for the ingredients, they buy aspirin to get pain relief in 10 minutes or less. By sharpening the sales messaging on her store, Rhonda was able to tap into the same excitement that got them to her store in the first place. Number 2, your offers. Rhonda wasn't making offers on her store. She was just saying link in bio and sending visitors to her homepage. But if someone is on the fence about something, sexy offers are how we nudge them over the edge and create excitement. If we can get the excitement to outweigh the risk, we can get someone to buy right now. But weak offers like free shipping, free updates, or 5% off will create 0 excitement. She wasn't making offers. They were just there. You know if you're making offers or not. You know if you have a special offer. You know if you're running a sale. And there's a difference between something always being sale and slash between the price and it's always 50% off. There's a difference between that and something that is, buy one, get one free for the next 2 days only. If something is always on sale, it's never on sale. I helped Rhonda create what I call mafia offers. And these are virtually impossible for your ideal customers to resist. Irresistible mafia offers are packed with clear value and a built-in urgency to act now. Knowing when and how to deploy these kind of irresistible offers is one of the big secrets of high converting stores. When she would have a post that would go viral while she was running a mafia offer, there would be a big rush of traffic that would hit her store. And because there was a really sexy offer going with a time sensitive, limited quantity or urgency, people just went crazy over it because they felt that urgency, they felt that pressure to act now. And with the messaging better situated to get them excited and sell the dopamine, sell the rush, get them excited, those things just started to click together. Once Rhonda started making mafia offers for her collections, lead generation, and her specific products, her sales started to take off. Brings to number 3, your product pages. Rhonda's product pages were an afterthought. They were just there with boring pictures and even more boring feature-focused product descriptions. But here's the thing, You need to think of your product pages as your virtual sales guys. Because if they aren't taking care of your potential customers, you will flush ungodly amounts of sales and repeat business down the drain, just like Rhonda was. Because the sales page is a transaction point. There is a specific action that you want to happen on that sales page, which is add to cart. So it's all about giving them the information and getting them excited enough to do one thing, which is click that add to cart button. What questions do they have that would slow them down from clicking add to cart? What concerns might they have that would make them rethink clicking add to cart, or think that they need to think about it more before clicking add to cart? What do I need to say to you? So that way you have no more objections, no more questions. This is something you want, okay, add to cart. That's the job of the sales page. So what makes an ace sales guy so effective? They know how to sell the dream. They know how to remove the buyer's perceived risk. How do you copy that into a product page? Sell the benefits, not the features. Answer all the buyer questions that you can in advance. Remove the most common objections with messaging, icons, and trust badges. And most importantly, showcase customer reviews and social proof to build confidence. After addressing the persuasion valve, Rhonda was able to boost her sales from $10,000 one month to $77,000 the next month without paid ads. She was pretty excited. Shot a testimonial video right after that. No matter who you are sending to your store, and no matter how good your store is at persuading your visitors to buy, most of them are not going to purchase on the first visit, which is why the next profit valve can make or break your success. Profit valve number 3, follow-up. 95 to 97% of people will not buy the first time they visit your store. So if you're not following up, you're losing money every single day. The first question you need to ask yourself is this: am I using email and text message marketing to stay in contact with my leads and customers? Because if you aren't, that's a minimum 20 to 40% of your revenue being left behind. And most business owners, they know that they're supposed to follow up. They hear that they're supposed to be email marketing, but they don't make time for it. They assume that no one's gonna read their emails and nobody opens emails, or that they'll just annoy their customers by sending emails, which robs them of so much revenue. They see it as another task, but a business owner, especially if you're making less than $10,000, $20,000 a month, you're wearing a ton of hats, you're doing a bunch of things, you're dealing with your products and the marketing and the selling of it. So it's one of those tasks that is easy to procrastinate on or kick down the road. They don't understand how valuable and profitable it is to their business, because that's the glue that holds it all together. Relying on ads and relying on organic is relying on traffic that you don't control. You are trying to take that traffic from where it's at and send it to your own platform, versus when you have someone on your email list or your text message list, now that's traffic that you control. So you can go to that traffic and you can tell them where you want them to go. What product page do you want them to go to? What collection do you want them to check out? You can go and tap into that pool of people and you send them where you want to go. If you're posting on social media, you don't know what's going to come from that. You're not in control if something goes viral. You're just not in control of what you get from a social media post. And paid ads, look, those are good, but they cost money, and ad costs can fluctuate. Hell, you could get your ad account shut down. I mean, it's happened to plenty of people. It happens a lot, actually. Facebook, Etsy, all these platforms. TikTok went away for a couple of days. All these platforms can disappear and shut down or kick you off at any point in time. But your list and owning the lead puts you in control of that traffic, because if someone buys from an email or a text, like, you're not paying for that. That's your money minus whatever discount you gave them, if you gave them a discount at all, versus from an ad. There's a cost per purchase. There's money associated with that sale. If you are trying to do email and text marketing and it's not working, you don't have your messaging dialed in and you're not talking to people in a way that's engaging, or B, you're only showing up when you want to sell something, and the only time they ever hear from you is when you're running your next sale or your next new drop. And everything is promotional. Promote, sell, buy. And people don't respond well to that. People want to have communications with you outside of just, buy something from me. Otherwise, you're very easy to ignore, versus when they feel like there's something of value, there's a reason to pay attention to you. then that's how you keep them engaged, and that's how you earn the right to sell to them. The secret here is simple. Don't just sell. Tell stories, educate, and entertain your audience. Your goal is to create a community around your store made of email leads, text leads, customers, and superfans. When you do those things, now your list is engaged. Now your list is paying attention, and you've earned the right to sell. So, well, when you show up with a special offer and you have their attention, you're going to get a larger percentage of people buying, because a larger percentage of people are paying attention. You get paid when you click send. You don't click send, you get paid less. So why wouldn't you pay yourself more if you can make money just by clicking send? That's money that you can take and you can reinvest into your ads. That's money you can take to actually pay yourself. I mean, just extra revenue that is profitable. You know, a business owner can do a ton with that. And at the bare minimum, you need a welcome flow to tell your story and nurture your leads. You need an abandoned cart flow to save lost sales. And you need a post-purchase upsell flow to sell even more stuff to your customers. If you are not doing that, that's something we need to start doing ASAP. The next question you need to ask is this: how effective is my follow-up messaging? Are you consistently making money, or are people ignoring your emails like the rest of the spam that's clogging their inbox? If we're attracting the right people and we're building desire to own on our product pages, and we're following up with our leads and customers, the final profit valve is where we're going to finish the job. Profit valve number 4, conversion. This is the final step, and we've got someone ready to buy. But if we hold them up at the register, it will ruin every single thing that we have done in the steps leading up to this. Every mistake that you make here literally takes money out of your bank account. The major problems that arise here are: number 1, failing to address last minute objections; number 2, having a broken cart and checkout process; or number 3, surprise fees. One of my students, Angela, who sells drawer slides, was tanking her sales at the last second because of these issues. She was already running Google ads, so she was getting in front of high intent traffic. Like, they were coming to her store. These are people that were already interested in buying, but when they got to her register, it was just her cart page was confusing, definitely not well structured, and she was like waiting to the last minute to let her customers know what they were going to pay in shipping. Oftentimes, she was surprising them because the shipping was calculated by weight and distance instead of using a free shipping threshold with a flat rate for anyone spending less. So even though people wanted the products and they were ready to buy, because of those issues, they were abandoning ship at the very end, and they sent her abandoned cart rate to the moon. Let's break this down. Are you failing to address last minute objections? Yeah, we covered that on the product page, but listen, people get squirrely when it's time to pay. So that's why we incorporate guarantees, returns, fast shipping, and social proof visuals all the way to checkout. Do you have a broken or a confusing cart process? Many new and struggling stores overlook the cart and checkout. We need to remove unnecessary fields. Remove areas that would allow them to add in promo codes, because people will definitely abandon cart to go and find them. We need to remove areas where they can add seller notes, especially if you don't need them. We need to remove links to social media. And we need to remove store navigation from the cart page. That keeps them focused. We also want to include progress bars with clear upfront pricing to avoid the number 1 conversion killer that was sinking Angela: surprise fees popping up at checkout. Nothing tanks a sale faster than surprise fees like shipping showing up at checkout, or a customer thinking they're going to get a discount or be able to use a promo code on something and then not being able to do it. If a customer sees a number at checkout they are not expecting, bye-bye. That's cart abandonment. After she was able to clean up her product to checkout process, she was able to double her sales with the same amount of traffic, because again, when you're that close to the register, everything that you do, it has a big impact on your abandoned cart rate. The more you can lower that abandoned cart rate, the more your conversion rate is going to go up. The more your conversion rate goes up, the more money you make from the exact same 100 clicks. It's all percentages. Now, if your ecom profit audit shows that you have any of the issues that we've covered today, you need to get them unclogged before they cost you any more customers. I got a free masterclass you should watch next. It breaks down how to grow your store from startup to 20K a month or more using my 3-step RevX formula. And it's going to be a game changer for you. I left the link in the description below. Check it out now before life gets in the way.